All right, I won about 3 cards and a bottom card with me. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what the universe... I haven't done anything with this. Randomly at the bottom is 8 pentacles. I don't know. Let's cut the deck. Let's get a theme energy. What do you want to tell my people? Let's pull some cards. We had a fun energy weather update earlier. Prophecy. Oh, people do not like seeing ahead, especially if it's against the picture, the rigid picture that they have in their mind of what it is. I'll tell you what. You'll never receive prophecies if you're not loose, like the willow, like water. You won't. You won't get anything. You'll just get your own delusions, your own image of the future of what you see is going to happen. You have to be careful about that. You have to know how to tell the difference. It's kind of a catch-22 because you got to be high vibration or above a certain line of frequency to tell the difference. You don't have to be ultra high or some kind of Tibetan monk. But speaking of your frequency, your perspective is changing right now. I said that in the Sunday reading. I said very fast changes. I saw it in the extended, in the Sunday reading. I saw especially that pyramid at the end, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it was some kind of world, and then a Knight of Wands and some kind of fast, like 8 of Wands kind of thing. Fast energies, fast changes in how you feel about things, what you think about things. Very, very nice. Well, you got that here. I got a perspective change. The universe wants to tell you about it. It won't be. It's been a long time coming with the 10 of Wands. I don't think it'll be easy for you. I don't. But it's huge. It's a total spiritual change. Total change. It happens very quickly, I will tell you. Again, I said it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. It's for your greater good. The 10 of Wands here tells me you may not think that. That's why this reading, I'm pulling it after the energy weather update. I'm shuffling for the reading. It might be wise for you to pay attention to what I said, right? Always consider that things can go sideways. If you're planning a trip, you don't plan it like Chevy Chase in Vacation, do you? Where everything's going to go perfect and I've got it planned out and we're going to do this, this, and this. You saw what happened to him. Holy shit. That trip went wrong. That's what things do. Right? You always got to allow for the fact, it's like I tell you with people, allow for the fact that this new friend or this new love might fuck you over. All right? And if they do, then put it away and go about your relationship. That way, if they do, you get to say, see, I told myself so. We love saying I told you so as people. We really do. But you could do it whatever. I mean, you could apply that in everyday life. You'll never get scared by a barking dog again, right? You're running down the road, some lady walking her dog on the sidewalk, and it just all of a sudden barks at you, and you go, ah! It'll never happen again if you will allow for the fact that it might do that. You saw the lady walking the dog. Tell yourself that dog might lunge out at me. So when it does, you don't go, ah! You're like, I knew that was going to happen. And you laugh and keep running. It's all kinds of things you could do. These are energy hacks. I mean, psychology, but there's all kinds of things you can do to make your life a bit smoother. Be less surprised by things. Be less bummed out by things. Right? I don't know. Whatever it is, somebody's got a prophecy that they're going to tell somebody. That came up in that reading. And that somebody's not going to like it. But you got to keep hammering it home because it's important. That energy weather update was important. Here we go with the death card at the bottom. It'll be crossing the center card I pull. I have to say, this is a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. All right, let's go. Let's see what we get here. We got 7 Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Queen of Wands. What's under the Death card? King of Swords. Oh, I like that. He orders this knight. Okay? This is interesting energy. Your perspective is changing. The way you approach the world is changing. You're about to come into a time where you just enjoy the ride. That's what I tell people all the time. It was advice I got when I was younger from an older person. I used to talk to people. I study people. When you read energy, if you have some kind of special ability, you pick up on things. You see patterns that people don't see. You see the phoniness of people around you. You talk to people. You try to figure out why they're the way they are. The wisest people to talk to are in their 80s and 90s and even 70s, right? Best advice I ever got, just enjoy the ride. It's just a ride. Nothing matters. It's just, there's all kinds of stuff in the moment that you're freaked out about that you just, at the end of the day, won't mean anything. You won't even remember half of it, There was stuff, I was thinking about that the other day, there was stuff I was freaked out about back in 2016. I was freaked out about it, right? I'm not going to get into it, but I was freaked out. I think back on it now. I think, well, my God, it's no big fucking deal. There's a little bit of that no big fucking deal from the Sunday reading. But this is talking about your perspective. There's something that's ending. There's a period of bravery that you're entering. Verbal bravery, where you say things to people. Now, be careful. Now, I'm like this online. I have a YouTube channel. I can't sit here and not say anything. Believe me, half the shit I say, I would rather not. I would rather not. I would love to just be Rainbow Unicorn Tarot, but that would be bullshit. Because that's not how life works, and the energies right now are super serious. I guarantee you a unicorn ain't going to run by you unless somebody painted a horse and glued a fucking horn on it. At the end of the day here, you're getting a little bit lippy. That's okay. It's fine. Maybe you got a TikTok or a YouTube. I have no idea. Or you're a predator on Craigslist. I mean, I don't fucking know. Whatever the case may be. I'm going to give you some advice about that. You may learn the lesson of silence at some point. What's happening right now is probably, I'll go ahead and make a prediction. It's probably to teach you the lesson of silence or moderation in what you say. You're coming into an energy, though, where you got some loose lips. Okay? You definitely do. You're speaking some big truths. This guy's got the truths. He sends this guy out to say them. So you're just speaking them. You're just saying shit. You're just it's like a run-by truthing. Run by. You're a dumbass. Phew, and you're gone. Right? There you go. All right. You're going to sound like, who was that singer? Christopher Cross, right? He always sounded like he was driving by in a car when he was singing. Listen to any of his songs. Arthur, the theme from Arthur. Right? Arthur, he does as he plays. It sounds like he's going by in a car at about 40 or 50 miles an hour. I think that's how they recorded him. He just circled the studio and stuck his head out the damn window. There's a bit what this is, except it's truth. It's not a song. Now it's truth. You're a dumbass. Let's see where we go. Let's pull on the Knight of Swords. Well, good for you. But you're wakey-wakeying a little bit. You want to have some fun. You want to loosen up. You're getting a little loose with the truth. Be careful about that. Okay? Just be careful. A little bit. You got to learn some moderation. The moderation is not her thing, his or her. Moderation is not in the energy. It's not part of this new perspective for you. It's a whole new you, right? It's the new normal of you. All right. Here we go. Yeah. It's crossed by the strength card. Yeah. You're talking like you're walking up with a 500-pound cat. If you walk up to, I don't care if you're tiny, I don't care if she's 4'11", right? 95 pounds, soaking wet, most of it tits from the look of her. But at the end of the day, I don't care if you're that size and you walk up with a 500-pound cat, you could pretty much say anything you want. You get as lippy as you want to get. All right, be careful about that. There's a lot of heart in what you're saying. It's coming from a good place. It really is. But what's on top? Yeah. All right. Well, what's on top? 2 of Wands. Why is that here? The 4 of Pentacles. What's the bridge? The Ace of Wands. Yeah. It's blurted. It's blurted out. Things you were afraid to say, you're no longer afraid because you want to have fun. Right? You want to have fun. You do. You've held these back and you feel like the things you've held back in this energy, you may, and this could be, roles could be reversed. I'm talking about you because I want to help you. This energy affects you as well. It's energy weather update day. This is energy weather update part 2, I guess. I don't know. Obviously it's affecting somebody attached to you too. What they were afraid to say, feel that the things they held back, feel like that they never came toward you, that plans couldn't happen. And now there's an attraction here and they want to. Sure, I can apply it to an incoming energy. And they might just show up out of the blue. Abso-smurfly. And you know, if I get the Smurfs involved, I'm serious. It's a big deal, right? So, I think for you, you're in an energy where you get a little lippy with the truth, right? Like this little girl with a 500-pound cat walking in the room. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you, right? Okay. Nobody's carrying a gun big enough to kill the cat. You might walk into a room and think, well, Steve, there's some gangsters in there with guns. You're not gonna kill that cat with a 9mm. I don't care, you know, or that little 380 you got in your purse. Ain't gonna happen, you know. Maybe you can put a few in it, but he's gonna get you before he goes down. So yeah, you're feeling pretty strong, pretty confident, right? You feel like you've held yourself back by keeping your mouth shut. I can dig that. I can dig it. Restraint is not exactly the Queen of Wands' forte, right? She fills the credit card in one day. You know, be cool. All right, I think you're going to learn a lesson here in, you know, well, moderation. A little bit. Underneath that was the Four of Cups. You feel like you've been held back. You feel like you've let yourself down. This is divine timing. I'm going to pull on the 7. I'm going to pull on these 2. I am. Why not? I'll give you I got nothing else to do. I don't care. I'm only 11 minutes in right now. That's short for me. That's a fucking Steve Love Tarot short. We can't have that. We got to move this thing up. Again, you can always up the speed on anybody's video. Anybody's video. You can always go to 2x. I'm funnier on 2x. I edit there. I actually edit a little faster than that, but, you know, I'm funny on 2x. Like a little cartoon character. All right. Here we go. 7 Pentacles. Let's see where we're at. What about the princess? I don't know. What about the princess? All right. All right, here we go. Come on now. 7 Pentacles. I'm not going to shuffle all fucking day. It's the Magician. At this moment, you got confidence. I think this happens fast. I said in the Sunday reading, I referenced it already. I said in the extended, your feelings, your things, your emotions are changing so fast. You might have a bitchy attitude towards it. You might want to try to stop it. I'm not telling you to stop it. There's a lesson here you need to learn. You don't learn where the line is until you push it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of what I did when I first got out here to YouTube with this channel. Everybody was watching me. Other people's videos were commenting on me and all kinds of stuff. I was pushing the envelope. I wanted to see how far I could push before YouTube spanked me. And they did. And I got the line. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly where I need to stop. Right? You don't find out where the line is until you push it. You don't find out how far you can push your car until you break it. You got to break it. Is this puppy going to red line at 75 to 100 RPMs or 8,000? Where's it going to go? Push it to 8,000 and see what it does. You know, this is what I'm talking about here. So you've got the energy. It's there. Do it. Go ahead. Say your things. Learn your lessons. You might get spanked once in a while, but you'll learn where the line is. And going forward, because we had a hangman, right, and the death card, death, rebirth. Going forward, you're living a whole new life. I think a lot more fun. I think a lot more relaxed, you know. A lot of times we get stressed because we don't know where the line is. Find that line with everybody in your life. You'll get spanked for it, but that's okay. You got a 500-pound cat. You'll be fine. This is so you learn that lesson. It's not a bad lesson. Okay, and what did I just get done saying? I said things are moving fast. I even mentioned a Knight of Wands earlier in this reading. Here it is. It's right there. And why is that here? Page of Cups. Yeah. Your emotions are moving fast. It's what I just got done saying. I just got done talking about the Sunday reading with the extended, and I talked about the top row of the pyramid at the very end of the reading. Knight of Wands with an 8 of Wands, I think it was. 2 fast energies around a world card. Here it is. It's right there. Your emotions are changing fast. You know, and it's fine. Just go with it. This is one of those things, people hate it when I say there's a lesson. And Steve, I'm so fucking sick of lessons. I get it. But this is one of the good ones. This is one of the ones where you going forward from here, once you learn where that line is, it becomes easier. It becomes less stressful. Right? It's fine. You know. The first few months I had this channel, I used to joke about it back in 2021. I used to say, I'm surprised every morning I come here and it's still here. I used to say that all the time. And it's true. I was pushing the line. So I could have been ripped down at any fucking moment. You know, it was funny. But once I learned where that line was, you know, toward the end of 21 and into 22, I was a bit more relaxed with it all. You know, I knew what I could get away with and what I couldn't. It's fine. You got to push it. That's what you got to do. All right, here we go. Or sometimes you got to let other people push the line. Right? So you could see what their breaking point is. In car racing, that's you got to lose a few, right? Till the stakes get high. You lose a few. You know you could beat that person, but you want to see what their limit is. Generally speaking, the person who wins a race, I'm going to apply it to a car race, but it applies to life. It applies to, jobs, all that kind of stuff. Generally speaking, it's not how fast your car is. It's who's willing to push their car the furthest. You know, it's the person who's got the balls to take it a little further, to risk it for a biscuit, if you will. That's what it is. It's pushing the line. People that take chances get big rewards. But this is a nice lesson in that it shows you where the line is. I'm pulling on the Queen of Wands. I like this energy. She seems fun. The King of Pentacles. Right. You're learning where the line is. The Queen of Wands, a very unstable energy. I wouldn't give her my Discover card. We'll come back at the end of the day with a full. It's full. Do you have another one? What? You know, there you go. She's unstable, he or she, and that's stable. You're learning where the line is. Once you learn, it's fine. What's on top? The Nine of Cups. See? There goes my Discover card. It's all on fruit. I know. Why is that here? Eight of Pentacles. And what's the bridge? You're learning the value of something. Well, I'll give it to you this way. Okay? Okay, first of all, she's easy. Okay, can I put it like that? She's easy like Sunday morning, let me tell you. But this is nice that it's crossed by this energy. This King of Pentacles, this benevolent, kind, smooth, balanced king. It's crossed by someone who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. She doesn't know the value of hard work. She goes out and fills my Discover card, buys all this fucking fruit. I gotta work to fucking pay that off. She don't know that. Right? She don't know that. At the end of the day here, that's what it is. So you're learning how far you can push it and still get the reward, still get the fruit. It's saying the same thing. It's just got its own little way of saying, look at that, look at that, look at temperance right there. It's beautiful, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to clarify that. I want to. I think you're protected through all this. I'm going to clarify it. I'm going to grab the original deck here. I'm going to take the Death card and the King of Swords out. All right. Yeah, underneath that King of Swords was the Six of Pentacles. Make sure you give other people a chance to talk too once in a while. I don't know. While you're yelling at them. Temperance. Give me temperance. I feel like you're protected here. I feel like I already talked about that with the cat. But I just want to see what it wants to tell me about the Archangel Michael energy. This is a protection energy. Huh. All right. Well, I imagine she is protected, this Queen of Wands. She spent my credit card, not yours. Right? I'm the one who's fucked. Right? I pay for all that fruit. All right, what's going on with the... Fucking hell. How do you run up that much on fruit? Anyway, let's go. Temperance. Tell me about temperance just for fun. Give me 3 cards and a bottom card on temperance. Go. Go. Right now. Right the fuck now. Oh, right the fuck now. Look. It's the Hangman back again. Hangman. Lesson. And the cards split right here. The 4 of Cups. Some of you are about to... This is a very kind angel energy. It's protection in a way that shows you something. Oh, I think I know what this is. Look at you, the Queen of Pentacles. Look at you, the Queen of Cups. Male or female, I don't care. And look at you, the 3 of Pentacles. This is an energy that's the same at the bottom with the 10 of Wands. This energy here that's with this King of Pentacles, where you find the balance between the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles, and that's a big fucking balance. There's a big gap where that line is. I think that line is further along than you think it is. All right? So go ahead and run your mouth. Knock yourself out. It'll serve you well with what I talked about in the energy weather update earlier, at the very least. Anyway, your protection energy here, all of this, one of the things you get out of this, I'll phrase it this way, is to show you that your life is better than you think it is. And don't come at me and go, Steve, I think my life is great. Well, then that's great. You're going to think it's greater. You're going to realize you got more power than you think you do. Okay? You do. You got, that's all I can say. It's going to play out differently for all of you. Also, you're going to get this ties to the energy weather update from earlier. You are getting some messages. Those of you that are higher vibration, pay attention to them. Pay attention to what I said in that energy weather update. And again, you have my sympathies. We don't live in a world that rewards forward thinking. People just like to live in their little bubble, and you tell them everything's great, and that's what they like, and that's what they want to hear. That's why they'll believe bullshit without even checking it. They don't want to check it. If they like what they hear, they don't want to check it. I'm not going to fact check that. It might prove to be wrong. I like what I hear. Right? It gets the whole world in a lot of trouble. But you're going to be getting some messages. Your intuition is about to hulk up on crack here. That is part of giving you the new perspective. But I think ultimately this Archangel Michael energy, this 500-pound calf, which helps you to see what you can get away with and where the line is, also as a byproduct, ends up showing you that you're capable of much more. That you could be much more than what you are right now. Even if what you are right now is awesome. Even if you're that. Okay? That's your reading. That's all I got. I hope it was helpful. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going to pull on one of my favorite energies, Venus. Venus, I think it's moving into Leo. Isn't it? Am I right? Is it Venus in Leo? Oh my God. Venus in Leo, the next reading up. I love it. All right. That's your reading. Good luck.